What's up, y'all? I said, what's up, y'all? Look at me when I'm talking to you, bro. Nah, I'm just messing with y'all, man. This is your boy Knockout Boxing 86 TV, and we in here. So check this out, y'all. Before we get going on our video, smash that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Share the video. Turn on your notifications. And please go follow me on Twitter at KOBoxing86TV. If you have a breakdown or a prediction you'd like me to do for you, knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com is the email address. Also, live shows every Wednesday night. So tonight we'll be live at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Live on Friday nights, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. That Friday night show is where we break down and predict all the upcoming fights that week. And then live on Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, where we recap all the action from that weekend with the singing OG KQKC Boxing Network every single Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. But let's get to today's video, man. And today, I want to ask a question because we're going to be talking a lot about Terence Crawford suing Top Rank. We're going to open up the panel tonight. We're going to talk about why this Errol Spence-Terence Crawford fight hasn't happened, given all the information that we have in front of us right now. We're going to talk about all that tonight. So y'all be sure to come through and check out the live show. Tonight at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. But in this video, I want to answer the question. So we got a two-part video, right? Number one, did Terence Crawford fight the best version of Shawn Porter? The second part of the video, should that even matter whether or not he did? Should it matter what version of Shawn Porter that he got? So let's first make the case about the first part of the question. Did Terence Crawford fight the very best version of Shawn Porter? In my humble opinion, I'd have to say no. I'd have to say that the best version I've seen of Shawn Porter will be when he fought against Errol Spence. And I say that for a couple of reasons. And part of it will be opinion, but part of it will be fact and data, right? So let's get with the facts first, right? The fact of the matter is this. Shawn Porter was older when he fought Terence Bud Crawford, and he had been in more fights when he fought Terence Bud Crawford. So just the human body in general, the more punishment that you take, especially in a combat sport, not a contact sport, a combat sport where you literally go in there trying to hurt somebody and somebody trying to hurt you. A combat. Y'all in combat. Hand-to-hand combat, bro. In a combat sport, the older that you get, the more punches that you take, the lesser of yourself you become as age starts to kick in. Shawn Porter was 2 years older than he was when he fought Terence Crawford. So because of age and war of attrition, of course he's not the same version of himself, in my opinion. The punishment. He took a lot of punches in the Errol Spence fight. He took a lot of punches in the Keith Thurman fight. Took a lot of punches against Danny Garcia. Ugas caught him a lot. Shawn Porter has never had the style to where he's going to be elusive, where you're not going to land on him. He's just not. He has never been that type of fighter. So those are the main two reasons why, like, yeah, Terence Crawford might have fought a little bit lesser version. Another fact, mindset of Shawn Porter. He said that he was going into that fight with Terence Bud Crawford, knowing that he was already going to retire. Think about it like this. If you are an employee and you know you got another job, you know you about to quit, but your boss don't know you about to quit. They don't know it's your last day. When you show up to work, are you gonna work as hard? Are you going to try to be as successful in that current role when you already know you got another job waiting on you? Nah, bro, your mind gonna be somewhere else. You're not gonna be as focused. You're not gonna be as dedicated. It's the same thing for Shawn Porter, right? In my opinion. If you go into a fight knowing that you already gonna retire, knowing that you got your analyst gig, knowing that you got retirement in front of you, you're not going into that fight the best version of yourself mentally. So to me, not only was he not the same physically because he's older and you don't get better the older that you get for most fighters in boxing, because he had more punishment on his body at the time that he fought Terence Crawford than anybody else, because he fought Terence Crawford last. He fought Terence Crawford and retired. So Terence Crawford fought the Shawn Porter that had taken the most punishment. He fought the Shawn Porter that had been in the most fights. So, in my opinion, yeah, bro, he probably fought a lesser version of Shawn Porter. And also, Shawn Porter's mind, might not have been in it. I mean, you going to retire, I made the metaphor perfectly. I made the analogy perfectly in my mind. If you had a job and you got another job lined up, you going to give it your all on your last day at your current position when you know you got this other job already? No, bro, you ain't going to give it your all. You're going to have one foot out the door, one foot in, one foot out. Now, for me, here's the main question to me, though. Should it matter? Should this be, and when I say should it matter, should this be something that people try to use to discredit Terence Bud Crawford? Should this be something that people try to use to discredit the knockout? Because Terence Crawford still did something that nobody else ever did to Shawn Porter. And that still is Shawn Porter. In my opinion, hell nah, bro. If you doing that to try to discredit or try to bring down what Terence Crawford did, then, that's your prerogative. Do what you want to do. But I'm not going to do it because I don't agree with it. I feel like it ain't Terence Crawford's fight if Shawn Porter was, fight. It ain't his fault if Shawn Porter was already retiring, bro. It's not his fault. And now we got a lawsuit coming. And check into the live show tonight, because now we got to ask ourselves, is it his fault that he ain't fight Shawn Porter? Because seemed like Bob Arum was up to some shenanigans. So it ain't Terence Crawford fight. Terence Crawford fought if he had to wait that long to fight Shawn Porter. By all accounts, he been asking. He been asking. And he putting his money where his mouth is, trying to get some compensation for his troubles. That he felt like Top Rank and Bob Arum did him wrong. He trying to sue them. And that's going to be a hot topic tonight. So y'all be sure to come through, man. It's going to be a fun show. So you can't blame Terence Crawford because Shawn Porter might have been a lesser version of himself. You can acknowledge what's true. And I believe it's true. Shawn Porter wasn't the same fighter, but we shouldn't care. We shouldn't care. And that doesn't diminish what Terence Crawford went in there and did to him. He went in there in a highly competitive fight. The biggest fight of his career, in my opinion. Because of all the doubt. And I myself doubted his ass. I thought I had Shawn Porter to win. I ain't know Shawn Porter was going to retire. I ain't know he was thinking about retiring and shit, man. And Shawn Porter was highly competitive. He was very, very game. And then Terence Crawford went in there and showed him, bro, look, I'm at a different level than you. I'm going to stop you. And he stopped him. And so he deserves credit for that. He deserves to be mentioned as one of the top welterweights in the division, 1, 2. If you got him number 1, I ain't mad at that. If you got him right behind Spence, I ain't mad at that. But some combination of those two, if you really a diehard boxing fan, if you start giving your welterweight rankings and you don't have Errol Spence and Terence Crawford as your top 2 in whatever order you choose to put them in, I got questions about your boxing knowledge. I'm just going to let you know that, up front. If you got Spence winning, cool. If you got Crawford winning, if they fight, that's cool. But what I'm not willing to do and what I think we need to stop doing is we ask Terence Crawford to fight Shawn Porter. Everybody was saying, look, man, Shawn Porter, he up there in the rankings. He the mandatory. Terence Crawford need to fight him. We need to see him against another top welterweight. We need to see him with a common opponent that some of the other top guys have fought. Yada, yada, yada. We've all said that. Now that he has done it, we can't look for reasons to diminish the shit, bro. Like, we can't do that. Not if you keeping it a buck. You can't do that. Because then you moving the goalposts. You moving the expectations. And you making yourself seem like you was just rooting against the man to win. When in reality, I'm glad he won. I'm glad he did what he did to Shawn Porter, because that makes a potential fight with him and Spence bigger, bro. Now we know for a fact, with a common opponent, with what they did to each other, we know for a fact that these are the best two and they need to get it on. Like, that's what that fight showed us. So I'm not trying to hear none of that. So overall, yeah, bro, Shawn Porter was a lesser version of himself. He was older. He had more wear and tear on his body when he fought Terence Crawford. He wasn't there all the way mentally, in my opinion. Knowing what I know now, after the fight, he was already thinking about retiring. He was saying win or lose, he was going to retire after the fight anyway. Knowing all of that, I say, yeah, he fought a lesser version of Shawn Porter. But even still, in knowing all of that, I don't care, bro. We shouldn't care. We can't blame Terence Crawford for that shit. All he can do is show up and fight the Shawn Porter that's in front of him. And if Shawn Porter ain't himself, or if Shawn Porter putting on a great performance, whatever it is, he still be Shawn Porter, bro. That deserves credit. So that's my thoughts on the situation. Again, join the live show tonight, man. We're going to talk about this lawsuit that just came down. It's big news right now. I'm sure everybody got their say on it, got their opinion on it. We're going to give ours, man, tonight on the live show. We also going to talk about who do you blame for this Errol Spence and Terence Crawford fight not happening. Is it Terence Crawford you blaming? Is it Errol Spence you blaming? Is it Bob Arum? Is it PBC? Is it a combination of any of those, man? We're going to get to the bottom of it, man. It's going to be a lit live show. We're going to open up the panel for y'all. So y'all come through, man. Let your voice be heard. Let your opinion be heard. And we're going to rock out, man. But I appreciate y'all watching the video. Everybody enjoy the rest of your day. And with that, we out of here. Peace, y'all.